For those who don't know me, my name is Aditya, and in this particular video, we'll be learning about the new feature in Tableau, that is the dynamic zone visibility. So I know it's been a while, you haven't seen me, so hi again. So let me just give you a brief overview before deep diving into Tableau. We'll be seeing all this live in action in Tableau. So let me just give you a brief. Okay, so basically this new feature, dynamic zone visibility, what it does is like it is used to show or hide the objects in Tableau. So basically before we used to use a concept of swapping sheet like while creating a parameters and like creating a calculation and then dragging into the filter shelves. There were a lot of calculations involved that time. Okay, so now it is very easy in Tableau. So basically what this feature requires, like we need to have a calculation or we need to have a parameter that is a Boolean field. So with the help of that we can just give the conditions in the different, we can select the containers and we can assign the conditions, like if that is true then the show that container, if it is false don't show that container. Okay, so this shows the true capability of Tableau. So basically this feature, like you can talking about a real life example, this feature will come very handy like when we want to save the space in dashboard, because like we sometimes have like different visualizations. Like suppose we have like 10 KPIs in our particular dashboard. Okay, and we have two teams, like one is our operation team and one is our marketing team. Okay, and we want to show different KPIs to different teams, right? So at that time like we can use this feature. It feature will be very handy, like to show particular object to particular set of users and the different KPIs to different set of users, right? So I hope you guys are excited by now. So let us just deep dive into my screen and see how to build how to use dynamic zone visibility in Tableau. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you love watching me making these videos, so just do subscribe it as it helped me a lot. So see you in the video. So let's get started. So let me just open Tableau interface. So we'll be connecting to Superstore dataset in this particular example. So let me just go to Microsoft Excel and you can just go to your documents. Like in my Tableau repository, you can find this data source option. Like if you don't have a Superstore dataset, so you can just go to your latest version which you're using and it will show you like the language, and this will be the Superstore dataset. And let me just connect to it. So it will take a while. Yeah, now it's connected. So now you might be expert in Tableau, I know, because you have been following me from a longer period of time. So now what we have to do is like we need to work upon the order sheet, right? So we'll be dragging the order to the right hand side to the Tableau interface. So perfect. So now you can see our dataset have been loaded, right? So now what we need to do is like I'm going to show you the dynamic zone visibility option, right? So before that what we are going to do is we are going to create three different visualizations. So one will be the map, the second will be the bar chart, and the third will be the donut chart. Okay, and then we'll be using like in dashboard element we'll be using dynamic zone visibility to swap these different charts. Okay, so I hope you guys are excited by now. So let me just rename this sheet as map visualizations map, or I will just write capital map because I write capitals. Okay, so now what we need to do is like we need to drag state, right? So just double click on state. So you can see now it's been loading. So as if now it is showing 59 unknowns, right? So let me just click on that and click on edit location. So you can see as if now like it is taking country as region, right? But in our case like our data set is of US, so we need to change the country to from field, like from the data set what we're using. Okay, and in this particular data set like we have two states like Canada and United States, so we'll be using the both one. Okay, so click on OK. Perfect. So now you can see the different data points, right? And just change it to the field map. Okay, so now what we want to show is like suppose we want to show like how the profit is changing, right, in different parts of US. So what we can do is we can just drag the profit to the color shelf. Perfect. And we can just change the colors. Oh sorry, let me just click on this drop down and change the colors, edit colors, and our favorite color palette is red, green diverging, so we'll be doing that. Apply. Okay, perfect. So now it's looking nice, right? Now it is showing like Texas, like it is going on losses, the most loss, and California is going on profit. We can infer from this map visualization, right? So now what I want to do is I also want to show the state, like it is not showing, right? When I'm hovering over then it is showing the state, but I also want to show as a label. So what I can do is I can just drag the state field. Where is the state field? Where is the state field? Yeah, this is the one. So just drag the state field and drag it to labels. Perfect. But I don't like it. It is like not making sense, right? Because like some of the values are more the values are like big number categorical field are there, so it is not looking nice. So I will just remove it. so I don't want to show this. It's okay. Perfect. Okay, so now my first visualization is ready, right? So let me move on to next sheet. So here what I'm going to show is I'm going to create a bar chart. So in bar chart what we want to show is, like, suppose we want to show like how the subcategories sales and profit is going. Okay, so how to do that? We can just drag a subcategory to the row shelf, and then what we can do is we can just drag a sales to the column shelf, and we can sort in descending order and give it the entire view. Perfect. And now what I want is I also want to show the profit, right? So what I can do is I can just drag the profit to the color shelf. Perfect. And now what I want to do is I want to change the color. So in this particular case I want it to be red, red black diverging. Apply. Okay, perfect. And same I also want to show red black only I will do here. I think red black palette is looking good, so we can do red black. Yeah, it's looking nice, right? Perfect. So now our two visualization is ready, right? So let me just do little bit formatting here. So in the bar chart I don't want to show this as a header, and I just want to remove my grid line. So right click and format and go to your grid line option and just do it none, right? And I also want to show the labels, like labels of sales, right? So what I can do is I can just control click on sum of sales and drag it to labels. Perfect. Now what I want is I also want to change the formatting of these numbers, right? Like sales is in dollar, right? But it's not showing correct. So what I can do is I can just click on the drop down of sum of sales, click on format, go to number format, go to currency and 0 place of decimal. Perfect. And also what I want to do is I want to show this in millions, suppose, or not in millions, in thousands, suppose. Perfect. So now it's looking nice, right? So now our map visualizations and a bar visualization is ready, right? So now I also don't want to show this subcategories, so just remove this label. Okay, and what I want to show is I also want to show this subcategory here, okay, in the left hand side. So what I can do is I can just create one calculated field, name it as subcategory label. Okay, and just caps I want to show. So I'm just writing in double quote subcategory and click on OK. So now you can see this is our calculated field. So just drag the subcategory into the row shelf before subcategory. Perfect. So now what I want is right click on this and rotate label. Perfect. So now what I want is I want it to be little bit bold, so it should highlight, right? So click on format, go to Tableau, bold it, and just do it Tableau bold or something, like whatever is your favorite color, favorite font, sorry. Tableau semi bold I will do in this particular case, and I will just do 12. Okay, it's looking nice, I think, or I will do 14. Okay, 14 is enough. And for this also we'll do something formatting, and we'll just increase the size little bit. We'll do 11, and we'll just do Tableau semi bold. Okay, perfect. So now you can see our two visualizations ready, right? So one is the map visualization and the second is the bar visualization. So now comes the third one. So this we are going to build as a donut chart. So like if you don't know like how to build donut chart, so this will be a good place to start. So I will just go slowly so you can understand the logic behind building a donut chart. Because if you see on the right hand side in the show me tab, so there is not an option to create a donut chart because it is an advanced chart. So you need to have build some logic to create one. So the logic is very simple. So before building donut chart, what we need to do is we need to build a pie chart. Okay, so for building a pie chart, what we need to do is just change the mark type to pie first. Okay, and then what we want is we want to see what we want to see. Like suppose like we want to see like what is the profit distribution in different segment, or we want to see like what is the sale distribution in different regions wise. Okay, so at that time we use pie chart or donut chart when we have around like 2 to 5 category to compare. Okay, so what we need to do is like suppose we want to see how the profit distribution, right? So what we can do is we can just drag the profit to the angle, okay, and give it the entire view. So now you can see like our profit is shown as a circle. Now what I want to do is now I want to divide this profit into different domain, like if I want to see like how my profit is distributing in different regions, suppose. So how I will do it, I will just drag the region to the color. So what it will do is like it will divide the all the big circle into different color, like in different angles, right? So what I need to do is just drag the region to the color shelf. Perfect. So now you can see, now I'm getting closer to my result, right? So now what I want to do is, now our donut, oh sorry, a pie chart is ready, right? So for creating a donut chart, what we need to do is like we need to use the concept of dual axis. So for doing so, what we need to do is, so before the first step is like we need to create an axis, right? So for creating an axis, we need a green pill. So the green pill is very simple, like I'm just writing the minimum of one function. So what it will do is, like it is a function, right? So it is a green pill, so it will produce as a continuous axis. So if you're not familiar with this green and the blue pill and the discrete and the continuous field in Tableau, so I have already built a video in that, and so you can watch it. I will give in the card above, and those who have not watched it, don't worry, I am just explaining it. So just click on that. So now you can see the, now this is an aggregation, right? Minimum of one. So that's why it is producing us a green pill. You can see now an axis is produced. So at one point our pie chart is there, right? So now what I will do is I will just duplicate it, like control click and duplicate it to the column shelf. So now you can see now my two pie chart is there, right? So whenever I am creating this two calculation, so in the left hand side you can see like we have the two now mark shelf. For different, we can differently customize, right? So in the second one, what I want to do is I don't want to show anything, right? So now you can see now it's a blank, right? So now what I will do is I will just increase the size of the first one, and same I will increase the size of the second one, but will not increase like it will be smaller than the first one, because what we need to do is we just want to put this circle above of this circle. So this is the dual axis rule, right? So what we can do is in the second pill, just click on this drop down and click on dual axis. Perfect. So now you can see we are getting closer to a result, right? So in this circle we can give the color to white, and now our donut chart is ready. We can just increase the size a little bit as we want to show. I will just increase the size. Perfect, perfect. Perfect. So now you can see we have built a donut chart in just I think in 2 minutes. So now what we need to do is, now we need to do just little bit formatting. So just remove this header. So right click, show header, remove this, right click, show header, and just click on format and just remove the grid lines. Click on none, none, zero line, none. Okay, perfect. So now what we want to do is we want to show the profit number right here. So what we can do is we can just drag the profit to the label shelf in the first bill, right? And second also we can want to show the profit, like total profit, right? So we can do that. So now what I want to do is I also want to show the region. So just drag the region to the label shelf. Perfect. So now what I want to do is I don't want to see this number, like how much profit it has made. I want to see the percentage, like what is the percentage share of profit in central region or west region or east region or south region. Okay, so that will be a good metric to look upon, right? So what we can do is we can just use simple table calculation. In this particular case we can just do percent of total. So how to do that? Like the sum of profit that we have dragged into the label shelf, we can just click on the drop down and click on quick table calculation, percentage of total. Perfect. So now what we want to do is, now we just need to like just adjust little bit. So just tab semi bold, give it around 18 and just give it around 14, tab semi bold, apply. Okay, I think its size is bigger. We'll just reduce little bit. So just change it 15. Perfect. And same we can do for the middle one. So here also go to label, go to here, just give it Tableau semi bold, give it around 16, and I'm just adding one more thing, profit here. Click on apply, click on OK. And what we want to, and also what we want to show is like we want to format it, right? Because like profit is a currency, right? It is not a number. So just go to format, change your currency to dollar type and change it to 1000. Perfect. And just change the color palette. So in this particular case what I want to do is I want to use Seattle gray color palette, suppose assign palette. apply. Perfect. So now you can see our three visualizations are ready, right? So now we are going to see the live feature in Tableau. So what we are going to do is we are going to shift to our dashboard. So just click on the new dashboard icon. So once I have done that, I just want to give it as a fixed size, or automatic it will show big screen now. So I'll just do fixed size and we'll just give it as a 1000 width and 850 height. I'm going to do okay in this particular example. So now first we need to drag our vertical container first, right? So drag a vertical container and just go to layout. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to give the inner padding as 20, so you can see when I put any blanks here, blank object here. So just give it the background as black so we can visibly see our container. So it become very handy like when you are starting with a dashboard, building dashboard. So containers, like if you give the layout, so that would be easy for you to analyze like how your containers are working. So now what we want to do is we have created a vertical container, right? So now what I want is I want to give a blank here. So just drag the blank object here, and inside blank I again want to give the vertical container. Okay, so now in this vertical container I'll be putting everything. So just I'm giving the layout so we can just see like where a container is. So this is a container. So now what I want to do is now I want to put like top of the another all the chart, right? So what I can do is I can just drag the map visualization first and then just drag bar visualization below this and donut visualization below this, right? And just remove this, okay, and remove this blank. Okay, so as if now like okay, so I think okay, so so now what we have done is we have just kept these two chart in the blank. It is not put inside the vertical container because like we highlighted the vertical container with orange color, right? So that's why like this highlighting layout helps a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag above this, and same I'm going to drag it above this. So now my all the three charts are in a vertical container, we can see, right? So now as if now what I'm going to do is just double click on this and just distribute content evenly as if now. Okay, so as if now you can see like it is a bit messy, right? Like all to show all the three chart in a dashboard, like it is consuming so much space, right? So if you use dynamic zone visibility, so it will help us. So for dynamic zone visibility, let me just show you the Tableau documentation first. So dynamic zone visibility, basically what it requires is like you need to create a calculation or a parameter, right? So that must be Boolean. The first situation is this, and it should be a single value. It should not point towards two value. So what does it means is, so we need to go back to our sheet. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is now just don't follow along with me if you are parallelly working on it. So just give it a second, like watch this full video, then you can work upon it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a parameter. Okay, so this parameter will be like chart selector, suppose. Okay, so chart selector, I'm giving the name, and just I'm giving this to be a string, and just I'm giving the list. So the first list is like the map. Okay, the same sheet name I'm giving here. Second one is bar, and the third one is donut. Okay, perfect. Now click on OK. Okay, so this is what I will do is I will just edit it. I don't want to give it as a string, I want to give it as an integer. So I'll just give 1 because like I'll be using in the calculation now, so that's why I'm just changing it. You will understand once I will build a calculation. So 1 will be the map, okay, and second one will be the bar, and the third one will be the donut. Okay, perfect. Click on OK. So now our parameter is ready, right? So now what we need to do is we need to create a field. We are not creating parameter that is Boolean, we are creating field that is Boolean in this particular example. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on here, create calculated field. So this will be first map visualization. Okay, map viz. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put chart selector equal to 1. So our 1 is map, right? So if this condition is true, so this field will give us true or false, right? So this is a Boolean field. So let me just click on OK. Now let me just create two more calculation. Create calculate field, second bar visualization. So this will be chart selector equal to 2, right? And same for the last one. Just I'm duplicating it and click on edit and just give it the name as control A3, and third one is the donut one, so donut Viz. Okay, and chart selector here will be 3, right? So now you can see like these are the boolean variable, right? So once we have created this, so it will automatically show in Tableau. So we just go to dashboard. So if I go to layout, so you can see now this new feature it is showing now, control visibility using value. So this like work upon the container. Like suppose I select the first sheet, this is my map visualization, and just click on this control visibility. So once I click on this, so you can see now it is showing like these 3 fields, because these 3 are the boolean field. So the first I will use map visualization. Okay, now I'm selecting the second container. So I want to show the second container when the user select bar in the parameter. So just click on this and click on 2. So now you can see now it is merging behind the background, right? How cool is that, right? So now click on the third one and click on control visibility using value and just click on donut. Perfect. So now you can see like how cool is that, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this drop down, show the parameter chart selector, and just put it above this one. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just chart selector, I'm just going to put it above this. Perfect. So now if I select bar visualization, now you can see it is changing, donut it is changing, and map it is showing, right? So our dynamic zone visibility is working, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit formatting. So in the sheet I'm just removing this, double click on this and just removing this border, because now we know now like we have built a visualization, and just renaming this sheet. So for map we are showing it the state wise profit, right? So I'm just renaming it state wise profit distribution, control A, and give it as a Tableau semi bold, apply. Okay, the bar one we are showing subcategory distribution, right? So subcategory distribution by profit slash sales. Okay, control A, Tableau sign bold. Okay, perfect. And the last one, donut one, we are showing the region wise distribution, right? Region wise, you can give your own like title also, just to like build a little bit more intuitive dashboard. Like I'm just doing these things. Tableau semi bold, click on OK, apply. Okay, perfect, right? So now you can see if I'm selecting map, bar, and donut, so it is working, right? Perfect, it is working perfectly fine. Just select this sheet also, and we'll just also remove the background from here. Perfect. So now what I want to do is I just want to give it a title, right? So we can just go to dashboard, show title, and just give it a title as like we can give the title as dynamic zone visibility. Just give it as a Tableau sign bold or Tableau bold this time, because it's a title. Just Tableau medium I'm giving. Change the color to anything you like. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give one more line here. So what I will do is I will just drag the blank object below this dynamic zone visibility, and we'll just go to layout, give it the border, give it the background as black, and just go to drop down, edit height and give it as a 10. Perfect. So now let me just double click on this and give the layout for all the full dashboard. So just give it a black as of now, just to look a little bit clean. So just let me present my screen. So now you can see like what we have done is like we were having like 3 visualization, right? So using dynamic zone visibility, we just created a calculated field and we just need the calculation to be a Boolean field, and that field can help us to dynamically change the show or hide the objects in Tableau, right? So now we can see like in our vertical container we were having 3 visualization, so we just like saved our space by using a parameter. So now if we click on any other, if you want to see any other visualization, we can just select it through parameter and it is in the same container, right? So how cool is that, right? So this shows the true capability of Tableau. So I hope you learned something from this video, and if you have learned something from it, then do subscribe to the channel as it helped me a lot, and also share it with your friends if possible. So see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.